Hey, what is going on, everybody? Ali Madawi, and yes, it is a late session for you, and I know you're going to enjoy it because, I was having many conversations. I was having a very, very busy day, and two people that I was talking to, and they were explaining to me how they were struggling a lot with their confidence. They don't know when to do certain things or why they should or shouldn't do certain things. It was just automatic fear that would instill within them just because they're afraid of getting certain things done. So I figured, you know what? It's a great opportunity because I know there are many people out there who struggle with their confidence. And if you yourself sometimes struggle with your confidence or have in the past, drop a number one because I want to know if I'm going to be able to help you out today. And for those of you who are joining us for the very first time, first and foremost, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to share a few minutes, maybe up to 15 minutes with you this evening before I get back to my regular schedule and my private community. I want to make sure that we all are connected and working with one another, and this is why I am here today and tonight. Ali Madawi from Neptune, New Jersey, your social influencer, your strategic partner, and now I am here to give you the goodies and help you out because I too used to struggle with my confidence. I too used to be afraid of being decisive and making certain decisions for many different reasons, and predominantly because of my past, because of the experiences that I've had, because of people that have shut me down, people that did not want to give me an opportunity, and I automatically assumed that the rest of the world is going to treat me that way. And then there was lack of understanding and few other things as well. Hello, Gregory. Hello, everybody. So that being the case, I went ahead and I overcome certain fears. I've overcome certain objections, and I went ahead and I started a few opportunities and projects for my wife and I, and we've managed to work from home for the last 9.5 years, and it's been a blessing. It's been an amazing blessing when we are able to raise our baby boy, little Sebastian, who's 8 months old from his birth. We've been with him, and we are educating him. We are literally spending as much time as possible. So please feel free to share with the masses this message by simply hitting that share button. You can either share it into a group, you can either hit the name of the person you want to tag and invite, or you can share it in your newsfeed, just because this generic information that I'm about to share with you can just help so many people that are asking and praying for an answer, and this just may be it for them. So let's talk about confidence. What leads to people not having enough confidence to be decisive, to make certain decisions for themselves? Well, let me begin by saying it's simply lack of understanding. If you don't understand the value of what you have before you, you will naturally and automatically feel a little bit of resentment or feel a little bit of resistance or hold back or push back. Anything that leads you to say, no, I don't want to do it. Even if you're physically there or you physically have money in your pocket or you have a credit card and you want to go ahead and invest in something, but your lack of understanding would lead to you not feeling confident. Now, the same thing will happen in your business. For those of you who know, most of my community happen to be entrepreneurs, and if you are one, well, this will be a blast for you. So the reason why most of you don't have the necessary confidence to build a business, it is not because you don't have the ability. It's just because you yourself don't understand the value of what you have before you. When you don't understand the overall picture, you don't understand the offer that you have. You think it's just about selling, a bottle of protein shake, or you think it's about a service or anything like that, while it is much bigger than that. See, if you understand the vision of the company, if you understand that trajectory that the company is on, or even for yourself, if you understand your overall purpose, you will have enough confidence within you to go ahead and share it with others. But most of you, if you don't understand, if you don't have the appropriate education within your team, within your company, within even your own discipline, I can guarantee you, you're going to have lack of confidence 100% of the time, because your voice is going to shake. People are going to feel that you don't know what you are actually talking about to have the answers for them to make an educated business decision. The second piece to having confidence is skills. See, in a business, in a relationship, in any movement, in a religious organizations, in a traditional job or traditional business, or your non-traditional work, there are certain skills that are required, even in sports, right? There are certain skills that are required for you to have in order to perform, right? That's why there are certain players, let's take sports as an example, that have much confidence, right? They got that swag where it needs to be, they have their attitude where it needs to be because of the amount of skills that they possess. It gives them enough confidence to take certain shots, to catch certain balls, while the rest just don't have the proper skills. Well, the same thing applies in your business as well. If you don't have the required skills, and by the way, a skill is not a talent. There's two different understandings of that. A talent is something that you're born with. A skill is something that is learned and taught over a period of time. And the more you do it, the more skilled that you're going to be. So it's extremely important for you 100% to work on the required skills. Now, how do you do that? Reach out to your mentors, or literally Google search your mentors. Look at the YouTube pages or the newsletters of your mentors and see what they're doing on a day-to-day basis, and apply those very same skills over and over and over and over and over again until you excel at them. Because a skill is something that not only is taught, learned over a period of time, but it can always get better and better and better. The third piece to confidence is our subconscious programming to everything that is around us. See, many people are afraid, or they feel some type of way when they hear we are all programmed. You, myself, and everybody. See, we have a software that is programmed, and it's either programmed by negativity, it is either programmed by fear, it is either programmed by certain things that just lead us to react. Because just like food, your input would lead to your output. Whatever you put in your body is how your body is going to feel. Well, your mental attitude has the same exact process. See, whatever you listen to, whatever you read or don't read, whatever you are just feeding your mindset is automatically going to be a reaction of who you are as an individual. And the reason I'm having these conversations with you, and it seems like I'm just floating, there's no script, there's nothing in front of me, is because it is part of me all day, every day. Guess what? If it's not in my ear, it's in a conversation. If it's not in a conversation, it's in a book. If it's not a book, if it's something that I'm reading or writing or what have you, but it is constantly around me as an environment. It is my second nature to be part of a positive element out of my day. My wife and I both focus on personal growth and personal development. My wife and I both are working on ourselves and each other nonstop so we can be the best version to our son. So naturally, I'm feeding my mindset and my brain and my attitude and my behavior all day to be the best version of myself. Now, am I perfect? Absolutely not. I get mad too, just like the rest of the world. I have moments too, just like the rest of the world. I make mistakes just like the rest of the world. But my recovery process is so much faster than most, just simply because I am feeding my mindset the right programming. Now, the problem and or challenge is most people are feeding themselves negativity, right? My wife gets so mad if, for example, I'm in a table and I, by habit, grab my phone to answer a message, and all of a sudden I'm like, let me just remove these notifications. My pet peeve is notifications. And I click on Facebook, and a video of some negativity that someone posted will just, play out loud. And then all of a sudden she's like, can you please not play that, because I don't want our son or you and I to be involved in something so negative. So I continually have to work on my attitude, on my input, in order for my output to be as positive as it sounds for you right now. So please be very, very cautious and careful, because we operate on our subconscious mindset, not our conscious mindset. Conscious is something that I know that I am doing. Like right now, I am conscious that I am willingly raising my hand and putting it down. Subconscious is only reaction. So if someone comes out of nowhere and gives me a boo, a scary moment, or someone pokes me or tickles me or whatever, my subconscious reactions is automatically in play. So it is extremely important for you to feed your subconscious mind to know exactly how to behave at times of stress, at times of anger, at times of disease, or whatever the case may be. So it's extremely important to do that. So work on that. Extremely, extremely, extremely important. Number 4 of my top 5 keys to confidence is a calendar. Now, I know some of you are going to be like, whoop, we just took a different spin. A calendar is so important, and here is why. See, when you are pressed, when your back is against the wall with time, you tend to be flustered. You tend to be like rushed. You tend to make fast, wrong decisions. So automatically, you are just not in the right frame of mind, and it goes back to that subconscious mindset, and it goes back to that programming, and it goes back to messing up your skills, and it goes back to lack of understanding because you're constantly rushing the whole time. Now, however, if you're using a calendar and the night before you are programming tomorrow, you will always be on point. Now, having a calendar is one thing. Being disciplined and following it is a whole complete other piece. So I personally have my calendar and I call it my boss. My calendar is my boss. If it is in my calendar, I will go by it. Unless there is a crazy emergency, I am sticking with it 100%. And by the way, I put my family in my calendar first. Like, I literally tell my wife, hey, can you put whatever we need to do throughout the week in the calendar? Just so, for two reasons, and she's gonna watch this later on, but I'll tell you the secret of this happy marriage. One, she now has no excuse because I gave her the priority to fill up my calendar however she wants. So I put my wife as a priority. Bing! That's a little bit of bonus for Ali Madawi there, right? Two, for my calendar's case, if anyone books anything throughout the whole week, my wife cannot now tell me, oh, you're always busy, or you never have time for me and the baby, or anything of that nature, because I stuck with my calendar. I gave her 100% of freedom to fill up my calendar however she wants. And if she said 3 days in a row, morning to evening, I would stick with that. But guess what? The other 4 days, I'm going to maximize my work. But guess what? Because I've done that, I removed a stressful part of my relationship. And now I have the complete freedom to fill up my calendar however it is necessary. So I never have my wife against me when it comes to business. So for you gentlemen, just so you know, let your woman fill up the calendar first, and then you can go ahead and fill up the rest. But when your calendar creates a peace of mind, organized, comfortable setting, your mind is so open, so clear, and so positive that you can apply everything else that we talked about thus far. Now, last but not least, and this to me is the most important, core values. Core values. Now, you know, core values is your true purposeful mission in life. You need to identify that. See, if you write down your core values, whatever that may be, some people it's more money, some people is more time, some people is a sense of security, some people is more health, some people is more friendship, some people is changing the world, some people is inspire, some people could be so many different things, right? So write down your top 5 core values. And by the way, we teach that in our closed social community. We have over 2,100 people that we work with every single day. As a matter of fact, I'm doing one tonight at 9:15. We answer all their questions and we make sure that every single thing they ever need in business is implemented for them. And one of the things that we focus on, as a matter of fact, the main thing that we are always focusing on is core values. And you have to identify it. See, when you understand and you are 100% within your core values, what ends up happening, you know exactly what you want out of life and you're working towards it. You are happy and passionate about whatever it is that you're working towards. If you're not working and living out your core values, you are fighting whatever is thrown at you because it's not within your means. That's why people are not happy. You know, we found people who have great incomes. I was talking to a gentleman earlier and he literally sent me a message. He said, you know, I watched some of the videos and how you and your partners talk about core values, and that hit home with me. Although I am working and making great money, I am not living out my core values. I would love to talk to you sometime tomorrow. And I mean, that hit home with me. You know, because finally someone sees the light about I need to live out my core values. I need to live what makes me happy. And again, it does not have to be money. It doesn't have to be business. It could be just traveling with family. It could be creating an extra night out with your spouse, whatever that may be. If you have a crystal clear understanding of your core value, I guarantee you, not only you'll never quit because you're 100% on the right trajectory for your dreams, your core values, but at the same time, everything is going to be exactly clear when it comes to making decisions, because you're going to ask yourself, is this within my core values? If it is, great, I'm doing it. If it isn't, it's a waste of my time, because sooner or later I will quit. Sooner or later I will cancel my membership. Sooner or later I will stop working out, or whatever the case may be. So again, just as a recap for you, for me personally, in the last 9.5 years of my personal journey of learning thus far, I've realized these 5 things for me as my keys to having the proper confidence. Number 1 is understanding things. I gotta understand what I have my hands on so I can speak on it with confidence. Number 2 is working on skill. Skill is not a talent that you're born with. Skill is a thing or an activity that you work on repeatedly over and over and over until you master it. And the truth of the matter is, you'll never master it. You'll always just make it better and better and better and better. Number 3 is programming your subconscious mindset and allowing yourself to have the healthiest way of or version of you. So when you have or you are pushed against the wall, you know exactly how to react. Number 4 is calendar. The calendar will keep you organized, will keep you peaceful. And remember the little side note about allowing your spouse to fill in your calendar first, and the rest is all you. You can fill it out however you see fit. Number 5 is core values. If you're not living them, or if you don't at least identify them, you have zero GPS to life, and unfortunately you will be lost. And no matter what you do, no matter how much money you can bring to you, unfortunately it'll be just another waste of time. So I hope these 5 points have helped you out to understand a little bit about confidence, and it is a piece that is important and needed for you to have the success that you want to have, whether in your personal life or business life. I know for a fact that they made a big difference for me. Feel free to reach out if you need any help, assistance, coaching, mentorship at no cost. I'm not selling coaching, just so you all know. I actually put the Madawi Enterprise Coaching Toolbox, and I put it in the garage ever since my partners and I created to what I consider the most exciting project to date. And there's no cost of enrollment or anything like that. It's just a community base that I am so excited about, helping individuals creating and living out their core value. And yes, you can make money or just simply create your core values for yourself. So I love you all. I appreciate you all. All you have to do is hit that share button, and someone will have the opportunity to hear the same information that I just shared with you. Until then, much love for our social community. I will see you at 9:15 on our private group. Good night, everybody.